It's a real kindergarten. A real kindergarten. And this time the women are worse than the men. Okay. Is there such thing as true love? I think there isn't, but let's assume there is. Let's pretend. Lesson number 3, right? Okay. The topic of the lesson is as one man with one heart. And here I have a question right away. How can it be that all of us are as one man with one heart? How can there be one desire for everyone if everyone is different? Everyone with his own reshimo, his own desire, his own heart. How can we connect? Let's say connect. our hearts until they are as one heart. How do we do it? Go ahead. I'm asking. No one's equal, no one's the same, no one is even similar. Everyone, every single one has. Who knows what intentions and what desires? Nobody knows. No one knows himself. So, how can he make everyone be with one heart if we don't have any feeling for it? No gauge, no measurement how far, how opposite we are, and in what direction everyone is turning compared to the others. How do we achieve one heart, all of us? Go ahead.
Everyone is different from the other in desires and intentions, but we have one direction to bring contentment to the center of the group, the Creator.
Exactly. It's like a machine for one goal, but each part has its role. Likewise, we are one desire for connection, and each one expresses it differently.
If I take the I out of the equation, then I see the machine as one, and then I have a desire to be a part of it, and that's truly to reach what you guys have said.
Everyone needs to be, will be in his own place and function properly, but what counts is our common goal.
We don't need to be similar, certainly not identical. We just need to be aimed in the same direction.
Right, and in all our efforts, we can come close to it, but there still needs to be some force that complements it and makes it into one.
In a system of electricity, for instance, you have coils and capacitors and other things. No one expects one to provide the energy, but the load, the charge they all make together is what runs the current through the system and makes it a single system.
Right. By all of us concentrating our efforts outside of ourselves, we equalize our form with the same intention and thus become one heart.
It's actually good that we're different. Everyone can provide his own shade and flavor and depth and richness to the friends.
Right. This difference creates the wealth, the colors, the various flavors. Everyone influences, bestows toward the goal in a way that no one else can.
And if inside that difference we're looking for the common denominator that holds the togetherness, which is the heart or the desires or the human that everyone aspires to, then it gives the basis that where you can add the color and shape to that human.
So here's where we need the reforming light, that force that sustains these different things, each one is, without changing himself, at the same time keeping something common between us. One force that makes us into one.
The more we evolve, we discover how different and opposite we are, and above that we ask for a cover of love that will connect us above everything. That's basically our work, to always look for the higher degree of that stronger connection between the opposites.
And then we discover that all of reality is one. We didn't have to go from separation to one. Everything was one. All the contradictions were opportunities for us to make an effort.
Everyone, from his own perspective, looks for something that we think of as different or opposite or dissimilar. And only when we ask for the friends and we are inclined to connect between us, it becomes the same request, because bestowal has one form, just plain bestowal, and that's it.
Right. So the more there is difference, but an effort to become one, the one is felt more powerful and bigger.
But the whole difference that we have is the ego. It's the will to receive. So it's unclear how it can be together if everyone's in their ego. We're going to read excerpt number 2. This is from Rabash. Make yourself a friend, a Rav, and buy yourself a friend. Those people agreed to unite into a single group that engages in love of friends, because each of them feels that they have one desire that can unite all their views, so as to receive the strength of love of others. There is a famous maxim by our sages: as their faces differ, their views differ. Thus, those who agreed among them to unite into a group understood that there isn't such a great distance between them, in the sense that they recognize the necessity to work in love of others.
So what unites everyone? It is that everyone understands that it is impossible to achieve life's purpose without, along the way, achieving love of others. Love of others is the kli. And in it, we attain the revelation of the Creator, which is life's purpose. Again.
Those people agreed to unite into a single group that engages in love of friends, because each of them feels that they have one desire that can unite all their views, so as to receive the strength of love of others. There is a famous maxim by our sages: as their faces differ, their views differ. Thus, those who agreed among them to unite into a group understood that there isn't such a great distance between them, in the sense that they recognize the necessity to work in love of others.
So what unites us is that no one is similar to the other, no one is equal to the other. Everyone is different in myriad ways. Yet, it may be impossible, it may be very difficult, maybe there is or there isn't a choice, but we agree to work on love of others, because this is the kli. Love your friend as yourself is the kli in which we attain the purpose of life. We don't want to go for anything less. We don't want to change it for anything. We are going for love of others, as impossible as it may seem, as much as it depends on the upper force and not on us. We must nevertheless do everything in order to achieve it. And whether we achieve it or not doesn't really matter to us. We heard from the great Kabbalists that if we engage in this, by this we bring contentment to the Creator. This is enough for us. We settle even for this. Okay? Clear? So, how do we establish the goal of love of others? Please?
We come together around this round table and we talk about it, read about it, and then we raise the importance.
Right, and we create an atmosphere that this is the single most important value. It's the greatest, and the society influences, gives to everyone this value.
It's not the atmosphere of it. This is the supreme value. We have to be determined, decisive, that this is the goal and that's the way to do it, and there are no compromises. And the price we have to pay is always smaller than what we may lose if we fall from this path.
Right. We have to build this value. This value is not important to us. We make it important. We give it its value, this love of others. As the friend said, with this atmosphere that we try to melt in each other.
And most important, that we really try to always think of the friends. As elusive as it is, as heavy as it is, we try to think about the friends, want them to succeed, and want to love them. And when it succeeds, we love it. Or if not, we want it to happen. But to always practice it, exercise it, understand this is the center, the core of our life. It also influences your actions, what you talk about, everything.
This is the greatness of this society and every friend in it. He's like a powerhouse of effort. And another one, it creates a force field that makes it easier for everyone to come into it. And that's what we're doing. We are a factory for creating love of others and greatness of the Creator.
Right. If we don't add even just a point that colors everything we do in love of others, in whoever compels us, obligates us to do this work. So it's very easy to get confused and relate it to other things. But first you have the Creator, who is the quality of bestowal and love. And in order to resemble Him, we have to work in love of others. That's our engine.
Right. And work in love of others may mean that I often feel the resistance, but thanks to the resistance, I have what to ask. Everything that's for the friends. I can ask for them what I don't have, but I can ask for with confidence for the friends.
Every time this thought comes to mind, just to awaken the envy and the importance in the friends, to play with that.
There's something very special here. Even though we know we will not achieve it by ourselves, and even though we try and fail, we don't stop trying. We constantly exert in this. And as far as we're concerned, we can end our lives with this effort.
Both the thought and all the attempts should also be expressed in acts towards the friends, and the actions have this merit that you can be weak in your thought or intention, but you still make efforts in making real actions towards friends and supporting the friends in this world. And this basically gives the friend this feeling that someone does something for him, and that's really the goal, to do whatever I can for the others in actions I can do for sure.
We have to go all out, just all out, and implement all the principles of the Kabbalists without making any compromises. We have to try to annul ourselves and merge with the friends and extol them and invoke envy and joy, everything, including frivolity. And remember that everything in the end comes from the Creator.
It's like a cliff that we climb, and we're already in the middle of the cliff. So you can't really go back, because what's back? It's thinking about yourself again, caring for yourself, going back to the same places. There's no use of that. So not even look backwards and always be afraid of going backwards and always want to move forward. And forward means more concern for the friends, more thought about them, trying to do more actions, whatever it is, just outwards towards the friends and not inwards towards yourself.
I think there's very special greatness in this occasion.
We will read excerpt number 3. This is from Maor Vashemesh, from portion Tetzaveh. It's written in the Midrash and quoted by Rashi concerning Amalek who happened upon your path. This comment reveals a cooling, by which their fire of love was extinguished by their cooling down, since at the first they were warm and excited towards each other. But Amalek caused them to become lukewarm and lose their love for one another. And by what means did he cool them down? By self-importance and pride. For Amalek in Gematria is Ram, which means high, self-important, and prideful. And the principal thing that brings love between the friends is that each and every one humbles himself and sees himself lower than his friends, always scrutinize his own flaws, deficiencies in everything he does, but sees the righteousness and the actions of his friend as good. He holds him in high esteem. This way, he's able to love his friend and unite with him. Not so when he sees himself as high and full of pride. Then he naturally sees his friend's flaws and hates him for that, because his friend seems very low to him. And Amalek caused Israel to quench their love and enthusiasm which they previously had for one another.
So the main thing that our will to receive does, and the will to receive is called Amalek, from the words in Amalek, al menat lekabel, in order to receive. So what happens is that the more a person wants to connect with others, the more he must feel less than them, inferior to them. So he goes under them and becomes attached to them. And this alien force that constantly awakens in us in order to receive our ego, it does a simple work. It increases our thoughts of ourselves more than our thoughts about others. And then we think we are greater than others, and then immediately there cannot be any connection between us. So the whole point is to whether to love or not, to be close or not, doesn't come by moving closer or farther in terms of distance, but only to the extent that I am lesser, below others, or above others, more than others. This is what a person should constantly measure. If he makes every effort to make himself less than others, he comes closer to them. If he's more than them, he moves farther away from them. Because according to this, he sees his own faults as opposed to others' faults. His own greatness or the greatness of others, etc. So our work in terms of distance becomes our work in terms of my view of myself, whether it is better or worse. And it has nothing to do with others. I don't need to measure them. I need to constantly measure myself. Am I, at any given moment, feeling myself lower? And then by this, I become more prepared for connection with others. So it doesn't matter what society, what group, greater or smaller, bigger or smaller, whatever. It doesn't matter what happens there. I could go into any group in the world, our group. It makes no difference. What matters is only whether I can make myself, in my eyes, again, not as it truly is, in truth no one knows, but in my own eyes, I diminish myself in my own eyes, making myself smaller than everyone else compared to each one of the members of the group. If I did this, that's it. I'm ready for connection. Clear, right? Let's talk about it. Let's do a round of talking about it. I don't measure nearing or moving away. I don't compare myself to others because I can't see it. I'm emphasizing this, that here in the wisdom of Kabbalah, we don't need anything corporeal, physical. We don't even see the friends. We can't measure the friend. We can't do anything. All I measure is myself all the time. Because there is no friend. We're talking about the perception of reality. So there are no friends. There's the world of Ein Sof in front of me. I see my own projection on the white light. So I don't measure anything compared to anyone outside, only toward myself. If I constantly measure myself as lower and lower, with respect to myself, each time. It's a sign I'm progressing and am ready to be in touch with the others, including the Creator. Go ahead.
Right, because if I see myself in my eyes as less and less important, this means I make more and more room for concern to the friends. And that's what it means to be ready to connect with them. And I can do that because I always have examples from outside that I can look at to see how less important I am and how great I feel the friends are. Right. The more I invest in the group and in the friends, I always get examples for what great friends they are. And basically, I always feel like I am theorizing and the friends are doing the real work. And when I work that way, I see the friends as great and I can take an example from them.
I'm not sure how you can measure it. If a person is in the same situation, how can he say about the situation where he is if he is there? He needs to be outside of it, look at it from a side.
Yeah, naturally, the ego likes to increase himself as opposed to others. So there's double work here. On the one hand, a person needs to look at the search for the greatness of the friends and say to himself that they're great and that they are truly great. And he actually has to lower himself.
It's a wonderful opportunity to do this, especially in a workshop. When I sat in the workshop with the Latin guys, when you listen to them, you immediately judge. You think, okay, so he's clever, he's not clever, I agree with him, I disagree with him. So every second, the minute you don't think that the friend said something that is truly worthwhile and helps the whole group achieve the final goal, then you have to despise yourself because you are desecrating the goal. But when you appreciate the friends and you feel their contribution to the goal, you have to be happy that the group influenced you favorably.
Turns out that you're always facing a wall and you always lose. Your nature is this egoistic nature, so it's impossible that, you just have to lower yourself. But that gives room for a request.
Yeah, if I had anything in me, I would get to it by myself. I wouldn't need the friends. So, of course, with my attitude toward others, I only discover how great they are and how small I am. That's the feeling of truth. The clean truth. To discover it every time, that's the whole idea.
Not just truth, but also freedom. Freedom begins at that point.
I don't need to know exactly where I am, where I was. I just need to know there is a difference, that I managed to subjugate myself, to submit myself to this will to receive that jumps ahead like an ass, and to see that I've succeeded again, that this is exactly what degrades me, and this is the despicable one, and it is the least important, as much as I can, another drop or another drop.
Right, and then it becomes a place where you look for the opportunity to lower yourself opposite the friends so as to make some more effort.
If a person is not in it with the friends, then how can he show it to others? We have to show that we are great on the outside to make everyone envy and important. So where is this lowliness? How can you discern it and work in it?
And the wonder about it is that specifically in the first moment where you see the friend not as great, and then you see and discover just how great the friend is, meaning if you see a friend at first glance not as great and you work on it, then you discover the friend is huge, and that is a huge benefit.
We also have to be careful with this feeling of benefit. Am I happy? When I see the friend is great, Am I happy because it makes the Creator happy, or is it because I succeeded with my work with myself?
Here we need support of the friends, because how much can a person lower himself towards the friends? He has to have support to both hold that state of lowliness and yet have greatness.
Yeah, I totally agree with the friends who are adding this dimension of the Creator's help in this. Because a person can easily fall into the trap of saying, "I'm great, I see myself as small, wonderful, I succeeded." But we have to ask for help to get to it, just to know, so that we know it's true. If you didn't ask, it must be unreal.
It really is a question of whether it's even possible, whether we can reach that point where one sees himself, like the Kabbalists write, that he sees himself as the worst of his generation. What holds him? What keeps him in that point? What's his livelihood? What's his justification for existence? I'm sure greatness of the Creator, but what is it in that state?
That point is the engagement. What is this lowliness? I see that I'm greater than the friends and more important. And this is why I engage in my...
We're reading from Rabash. This is from the article regarding the importance of the friends. If one has love of friends, and in terms of love, the rule is that we want to see the merit of the friend and not his flaw. And therefore, it turns out that if he sees a certain flaw in his friend, it means that the flaw is not in his friend, but in him. Meaning that he cast a flaw in love of friends, and that's why he sees flaws in his friends. Therefore, one should now see not that his friends will fix his deeds, but that he himself needs correction. And when he corrects himself, he only sees the merit of his friend and not his flaw.
So, according to our straightforward vision, we can see how much we still have to correct ourselves until we see a corrected world. Beautiful, and everyone like that. Go on.
Quote number 4. This one is from Baal Sulam, letter 2. I shall advise you to evoke within you fear of the coolness of the love between us. And although the intellect denies this depiction, think for yourself. If there's a tactic by which to increase love and one does not increase, that too is considered a flaw. It is like a person who gives a great gift to his friend. The love that appears in his heart during the acts is unlike the love that remains in the heart after the fact. Rather, it gradually wanes each day until the blessing of the love can be entirely forgotten. Thus, the receiver of the gift must find a tactic to make it new in his eyes each day. This is all our work, to display love between us each and every day, just as upon receiving, meaning to increase and multiply the intellect with many additions to the core, until the additional blessings of now will be touching our senses like the essential gift at first. This requires great tactics set up for the time of need.
The love is a very special quality. We're not talking about the love we have in this world, because this is not, it's not love, it's a will to receive that loves what is good for it, what is pleasurable for it. Love means I love another and am willing to satisfy the other's desires. This is how love is measured. The Creator is the quality of love. But we don't understand it. We understand love the way it happens within our vessels of reception, which are in order to bestow. Therefore, how can I speak of love if I feel the other's desire and want to satisfy it? Just like we learn about the example of the friend who wants a pillow or a chair, and I only have one pillow and one chair. So I give it to him. And I sleep on the floor or sit on the floor. And I'm happy. I enjoy doing this because by this I performed an act of love, and then the light of love fills me. This is what we learn about what it means to love. Not in this world, but real love. And opposite that, we always have a question: how we maintain the quality of love, as well as rise higher and higher up. So, this is through fear. When I'm constantly afraid that my love might disappear or decline, diminish, meaning maintaining the love from ending is the fear that it will end. And so love and fear they always go together. If I achieve a certain good relation toward my 10, and then I feel it disappeared. What do I do? So they tell me, it's because you were not afraid that it would disappear. If you were worried that your love will continue, you would keep adding to the love more and more. Because love is something that if you leave it unattended, it begins to decline and dissipates. It lives on being fed, being given more and more and more emotions, presence, attention, which are built entirely on the fear of diminishing the love. How do we see in a group that once we have achieved a certain good situation, good state, for example, and we want to lock in on it so that we at least not decline from it, but constantly add more and more. But every time we add, we lock it. We lock it up so we don't decline. We add more and we lock that too. So how do we do this? With our connections until we achieve the connection of true love. Please.
The only thing that comes to mind right now is just to add commitment. And commitment is something that helps us even when we don't feel something. It necessitates us to make actions to awaken that feeling once again.
Right, to be in gratitude for the love that we've achieved and be afraid that it would disappear.
The excerpt said that we have to find tactics, great tactics set up for a time of need. And I have a fear of losing the fear. And every time we kind of find a good move, we kind of like feel happy in that we did something good to the friend, or the other way around. And I would go the other way around, just look for where did I miss the opportunities to give the friend a gift, and then stay in the fear.
Right, the fear of losing that state. Because let's say we know how to connect. The question is, how do we maintain it? Who maintains it? How do we add another development in addition, so we don't lose it? Because we can lose it easily.
Right, for that we need the arvut between us, as well as ask for help from above, that this arvut will be guarded, that it will be endorsed, because otherwise it's going back to the habit and the routine, and really deleting everything, losing everything, because we have to add, all the more so not to fall. So arvut is really the only answer here.
Right, I agree. A person can never work on himself. You need society to give you these pulses of love, so you fly out of yourself, so to speak. And that's the arvut, and you can only do it toward others. This is the only kind of locking I can think of.
Love is the state where everything will be in wholeness. So how do we do that? By integrating in the friends, increasing them. The greater the friend's lack is, the more I have to be concerned about him, and we're concerned about each other. And this way we advance in this positive direction towards more love, more connection, looking for the Creator who gives us, enables us more connection, and that's how we lock in more and more.
Right, but this click is something that really, you have this inclination on the part of man and on the part of society. It protects you within it, but you also need the help of the Creator here to lock it all up. So otherwise we can really move into habit. And how do we know that we didn't fall into habit, to routine?
That's a difficult question. This is the whole problem when people come to Kabbalah, that everything, not just Kabbalah, but reception and pleasure is something, everything immediately disappears because there's no value, no importance of it. How to work with that?
It's the feeling of the arvut that we have to build between us to connect the upper force. Without it, we could sit and talk from here until tomorrow. It's not going to help. We have to force the upper force to be a part of it.
How do we give an example to the friends each time to add in love? Because if we don't add, we descend. How do we give the example to the friends to each time add in love?
The question alone puts you under pressure. I don't know, to feel indebted to the Creator, and like this debt has an interest of at least 10% every day. Every day you pay, tomorrow you have to pay 10% more. And to feel that we are indebted like that, you have to constantly fill it up and pay it up. And between us, you have to advertise these deeds. You have to say, this friend did this and that, and extol all these actions so they will count in society and will invoke envy and shame, which are our main assets.
To provide the sense of our arvut to the friends in every opportunity, every moment, in persistence, importance of what he's doing, to live with that. If a person is living it, then it's the best example.
Right, and display it in everything. It could be a smile, it could be when you look at a person speaking or appreciating something he does. It could be the smallest thing, until you tell a friend what the other friend did, what a great thing he did, and show him how important it is to you. The smallest things. Constantly think about how to add, because if you're not going forward, then you're going backwards.
All those little actions eventually emerge from When a person sets up this goal where he wants all his direction in life to be bestowing in the friends and multiplying this quality of love, and then his actions will be derived from it.
You can also add to the greatness of the goal of the friends and use it as the force that obligates me or us to add all the time, because otherwise why would we add? Because the goal becomes greater, I see from the friends. It's what I get from the friends all the time, every moment, with a huge inflation of the greatness of the goal, and I have to add more and more love. Otherwise I become, I'm left behind. They're moving forward, everyone's out of Egypt in a minute, and where am I? Where are we?
Yeah, we have to advertise the mutual bestowal, and the arvut will come from every direction. It also guards us from the knowledge of not spending this away, and also tell friends about these great stories and examples of friends that I've seen. It keeps us all in tension.
Right, make an agreement, say a word, and make a covenant. Arouse envy and give examples. In a minute you'll fall and forget about it. I don't know, it's a difficult question.
Right, and also even external examples like hugging the friends, smiling at the friends. It warms the heart to always do that, to always hug the friends, smile at them, raise the spirits, make it nice and warm.
To be a little more practical and technical, you could have an app where you mark, Eran did this for me, he did that for me, and you constantly add every time you receive something. So in the end we have a whole list, and we'll see who are our best friends, and everyone will want to be like them and make efforts.
Here's a check on Alon. Today in the morning I was in the radio, and we dragged a friend, forced him in. He didn't want to be there. He said, guys, leave me alone, come on. And he came in, and then he sat down, and he started, suddenly he has to speak in front of everyone, and he spoke and inspired and excited. And everyone, when he went out, everyone said, wow, what a force. And they didn't see him before. And he grabbed me afterwards and told me, look, you don't understand how much life you gave me. So just, you act out towards the friend. It excites them. It excites you. Yeah.
That's a great example.
Dudi thanks Gilad. How do we give an example to the friends? We just do. We just do. It's really our work. That's all the tricks, employees. We like. It's like the life of entrepreneurs. You didn't do anything today, no salary. There's no a monthly paycheck or anything. If you didn't work during the day, there's nothing to eat the next day.
Each of us, if we ask him, he agrees that we have to add. So how do we give an example to the friend? In practice, we give them the strength to add. We push them to it. We set an example. We show them where they can add. We praise other friends. We give the friends the push to push them off the cliff of indifference, carelessness. Friends need a little kick, a little push. Let's show. We're used to it. Asaf says, L'chaim, we also help. And so we need to add with more and more love. So we have to kind of pull the string.
The system has to be such that it identifies that satiation point where I've seen a certain action and now I need to do the next action, which is to demand from the friend the addition of effort. We have to come to such a sensitivity that we always know how to awaken the friend.
I would ask that we would put in a state of real arvut in practice and lock the door behind us.
I would say we have to put ourselves in a state where any action of bestowal we do towards the friends, acting, doesn't matter what, we draw that as the zero line. And now we only want to add. When we add, that's the new zero, and then we have to always raise the bar.
Yeah, like I said before, rock climbers have these stakes that they stick in the rock to secure themselves. If we could get these stakes that we could stick into the rock, I don't know, maybe...
We will read from excerpt number 5. This is from Rabash. Excerpt 6. This is from Rabash. What is preparation for reception of the Torah? It is written, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. We must understand what is a mountain. The word har, mountain, comes from the word hilhurim, thoughts, contemplations, which is man's intellect. Anything that is in the intellect is regarded as in potential. Afterward, it can expand into actual fact. Accordingly, we can interpret, and the Lord came down on Mount Sinai to the top of the mountain as the thought and intellect of man, meaning that the Creator informed all the people that the inclination of a man's heart is evil from his youth. After the Creator informed them in potential, meaning at the top of the mountain, that which was in potential expanded in actual fact. For this reason, the people came to actually feel, and everyone now sensed, the need for the Torah. As it is written, I have created the evil inclination, I have created the spice of Torah. Now they said that through actually feeling that they were forced to accept the Torah, meaning without choice, since they saw that if they received the Torah, they would have delight and pleasure, and if not, there it would be their burial.
So we need to bring ourselves to a situation where either we accept the method of correction and connect and go forward, and then we succeed. If not, our lives are death. If a person feels that this is really so, that if he does not get the correction method right now, he's dead. Then he gets it. This is called being at the bottom of the mountain. And this is how we advance. So when they stood at the bottom of the mountain from the word contemplations or thoughts, after the evil inclination becomes revealed in practice, after they want to connect and want, but they feel that they can't. The evil inclination, Pharaoh, our hatred, our rejection, our ego, interferes with us. It doesn't let us connect and constantly cools us off, confuses us, puts us to sleep, so we become numb. Right? So, then we all feel that here there is no choice. We have to receive this power of light from above, which is called Torah. We need the Torah, the reforming light. And we feel in practice that we have to receive the Torah without any choice. Without any choice. Because if we receive, there will be life. If we don't receive, here will be our burial place. How do we bring ourselves into such a state? No one will push us. No one will do this to us. We have to come to that state by ourselves. Where receiving the correction method is life to us. And without correction of love and bestowal upon others, connection to others, if we don't receive this connection, this is death. Please. Let's think how to achieve it. And wake up. Help each other. help each other, help one another. It works better with the men. Please. So, how do we get there as quickly as possible to the bottom of Mount Sinai, the bottom, the rock bottom, the rock bottom? From there, we either rise up on the mountain or become buried. Well, go ahead.
It's actually a very beautiful picture. I never thought about the rock bottom, and just more about the mountain. But really, this extreme lowliness is when you need the force of Torah. You need that to appear. How to come to that? It turns out we always have to be facing towards the next degree to put our face forward and look towards the next state. Right, there's something in that state where it's a dramatic state of decision and sharp senses and alertness and a sense of life and death. It's a healthy state. We have to look for it. We have to not be afraid of it.
Right, and it's really up to our mutual agreement. If we don't have this view in society, it's not going to happen.
Right, and why do we need that view? Because that view is that we must achieve bestowal to the friends. If I don't come to that, if we don't come to that, if I don't bring the friends to that, I'm buried in my will to receive, and then I'm stuck. I came out of Egypt, then I have nothing. But if I can't help the friends reach bestowal, I got nothing. I'm just dead.
I think that you can't force yourself to come to that point. But in a society, it's not that difficult to bring a person to that state, to make a person feel like he's going to die if he doesn't come out of himself.
Very much felt that we are close to that step. And we must not come down, just envy and pray for the friends. Arvut.
Right. Society has to make you feel like we must achieve it. It's the most important thing. And then a person tries to act in bestowal, and then he discovers how far he is from it, how lowly he is. And out of this gap between the desirable and the existing, he understands that he must take this medicine of the Torah.
Right. And this whole article is about they stood, they fell. It's all kinds of actions that the Kabbalists tell us that come for lack of any other choice, not from some agreement. The million-dollar question is, how do we force ourselves and every one of the friends from the 10 to put himself at the foot of the mountain and know you're at the foot of the mountain? It's more difficult to convince yourself that the only solution is connection. So only if the 10 really acts that out, even though it's in the best possible state and it's all fulfilled and happy and joyful from doing connection, and the moment I'm not acting in connection, playing with connection, I'm not a part of it. I don't exist.
The friends are totally right. We're exactly in this place right now, and we're deciding to choose life, to choose connection. We have no doubt. After all our efforts, look around, this whole world's clear. Look at the screens. All of our friends in mirror congresses all over the world. There's no doubt there's whole power in everyone's common efforts necessitates that we choose life now.
Well, Gilad already nailed it, that we're already there, so I don't really need to answer the question.
Well, there are two stages. The first is that we run away from Egypt, come out of the will to receive. And the second is that there we are forced to receive the Torah, which is to bestow upon the friends. It doesn't end there. We're going through two very, very substantial states. in no time. And they are almost opposite from one another. One is I have to run away from myself, and the other is I have to ask to be in touch with the light in order to bestow upon the friends. It's insane. It's like asking a child to start walking and running at the same time or in one day.
Right. On the one hand, I have to feel that I'm dying. And on the other hand, what happens in the friends is life to me. And this contrast, it's just can't be in that state. I'm forced to escape it.
Every time power and importance awakens in me, we have to throw it back to the center of the group, to our common reservoir.
And I think we already understood this game of the will to receive that says, feed me, feed me, feed me. There's no rest from that. We've satiated from that. It's, when there's nothing else. We want to feed the friend's desire. And this is a totally different game. It's a broad field of work. It's like a whole different thing, and that's what we have to come to.
Okay, so going back to clinical, let's move on to questions and answers. First, I want to ask a group. Which group could summarize the day, the workshop? Please. Is there someone here? A group? Please.
Astăzi, parcă am trecut 3 lecții, cât 3 ani în viață.
We feel like we've been through, like these 3 lessons have been like 3 years of our lives. We receive everything directly. And together with friends in the group in Romania, we cannot explain how excited we are about the greatness of the Creator and of the society here and of the Rav. And we ask everyone in this hall to use every single moment. We have 2 more days of the Congress. As the Americans say, the sky is the limit. Very good. Maybe another group wants to say something? Yes? Please, go ahead.
Bonjour, je suis Victor de Paris.
Shalom, I'm Victor from Paris.
Hello, I am Victor from Paris.
Cette année, je suis seul dans ma dizaine, personne n'a pu venir.
This year, I'm the only one from my 10 who made it here.
C'est très difficile pour moi.
And it's very difficult for me.
Je me suis rendu compte que ma dizaine est bien plus grande que ça.
But I noticed that my 10 is far bigger than that. Around me, around the table, I see new faces, and I feel them like my brothers. And this is only the first day of the Congress. I believe that by the end of the convention, we will feel no differences between us. Thank you very much. Thank you. Another group wants to say something? Yes?
Мы думаем, что нет ни первого, ни второго дня. Здесь и сейчас.
We think that there is no first day or second day, there is only here and now. Everything we've scrutinized throughout the day was realized and is marked and engraved in our bones from this moment onwards. We have to accept it like a way of life. As a way of life, and then it'll be more important than life. It'll be gripped within us as the right way to look at life, at reality. Beautiful. Thank you. Give it to them.
Огромная честь стоять здесь с моей десяткой и говорить из состояния, в которое мы пришли сегодня.
It's a huge privilege to be speaking here in my tent and speak from within the situation we've achieved today. We signed a covenant. And we came up with an interesting idea that we would like to present now. We've decided to realize Rav's advice that we have to constantly add love. And in that high state of love that exists between us, we signed a covenant that tomorrow 8 beasts will wake up. They will come one way or the other to this place. And during the ride, they will burn up, ignite their hearts and their love of friends. And regardless of their inner states, personally, each of them will act out love of friends. Anyone from the women's side? No way. Yes? Not one. A group. If there is one. What a group.
Rab, empezamos con una pregunta de cuál es el sabor de la vida.
Rav, we started with a question about the meaning of life.
Que nuestra vida es muerte si no tenemos un método de corrección y no lo llevamos a cabo.
And we shifted through several discernments until we decided our lives are death. On this we achieve correction. We've decided that we have a method. We have the Rav. We have the books. We have the friends. It's all in order to have life. And life is the Torah. Thank you very much. Well,
Hola, Raf.
Shalom Rav.
hello, Rav.
Bueno, desde la mañana hemos pasado varios discernimientos.
מהבוקר עברנו כמה בירורים.
Since this morning we went through several scrutinies. We know that the only way to connect to the Creator is through the importance of the friends. The friends increase our desires. And our work is to raise the chisaron to the Creator so that we bring it up to Him. And that's how we make a covenant with Him, where each one does his part. Our work is to raise the chisaron, and He will satisfy it. We have to see that there is none else besides Him, and that He sends a sparrow. But Pharaoh is a call from Him to reveal Him, to show Him that we really want the friends to be full. And that way we will discover Him more. Rav Karimov said, thank you. Thank you very much.
Abbiamo vissuto tantissimi discernimenti.
Hello, Rav. We had many scrutinies here.
Sperimentato che l'amore è fatto di concessioni.
We saw that love is created out of this marriage. It's a table with 6 members of the young group. And even the table was kind of unstable. It was moving around. It was shaky. When you asked a question about the flood, we were outside. But the process was so profound that we could involve the whole 10. And we succeeded in this process in being in hitkalelut and annulment. Because our progress is to go above everything, in order to really bring contentment to the Creator. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Just turn kind of outwards, not into the circle, but towards everyone. Yeah.
We are Czech and Slovak group. אנחנו קבוצת צ'כיה וסלובקיה. And let us tell a few words. We try and we do each day. We are studying. We are trying to do what our big teacher tell us.
כל יום שאנחנו לומדים, אנחנו משתדלים לממש את מה שהמורה הגדול שלנו אומר לנו.
We are on the each morning lesson.
אנחנו בכל שיעור בוקר.
we do everything, and we are still very surprised when our teachers start speaking.
אנחנו עושים הכל, ובכל זאת, בכל פעם שהמורה שלנו מתחיל לדבר, אנחנו מופתעים מאוד מחדש.
And there is a break, we are still say, wow, that's new.
ובכל הפסקה אנחנו מתאספים ואומרים, וואו, יש עוד חידוש.
It's one part, and second things we'd like to share. We are feeling really as family with בני ברוך.
זה דבר ראשון. דבר שני שרצינו לחלוק זה שאנחנו מרגישים ממש כמשפחה עם בני ברוך.
Thank you to all friends.
תודה לכולכם חברים.
Thank you.
תודה.
No, Kate.
Bueno, nuestro resumen del día de este gran congreso.
So the summary of the day of this big convention. When you began these workshops from light to heavy, and we managed to develop these workshops with friends we met for the first time in life. And even though there were a few difficult questions, each one added to the other, which led to a connection between all of us. And also to add something you said in the beginning, and when you spoke about life and us and we and all the others, we say this is life. And so we think we're doing the correct work to cling to the Creator.
Thank you so much. They come from very, very far, and to the majority of our congresses. Really, they are good for them.
Здравейте, световно кли.
Hello, Rav. Hello, World Kli.
И на всички наши приятели за това, че може този конгрес да се случи.
Thanks to the Creator and to all the friends that this convention can happen. We are from Bulgaria.
За първи път на конгрес в Израел идват повече от 30 човека от България.
And for the first time, more than 30 friends from Bulgaria came to the convention.
Половината от тях, повече от половината, за първи път си на конгрес.
And half of them, more than half of them, are first time here in a convention.
В нашата десятка имаме трима приятели, които за първи път са и на конгрес изобщо.
And here in the 10 we have 3 friends who are generally for the first time in such a lesson. They didn't even go through campus yet.
И бяхме свидетели как работи методиката.
And we were witnesses for how the method works, literally. And these friends have integrated so well with everything that's happening, even though the questions weren't easy, as if they're studying for years with us. Thank you all for being all together. L'chaim.
Oh, wow. Women, yes. Huge thank you to all of you for this opportunity and for the very powerful lesson you gave, not only to us, but to the whole Kli. Okay, the summary of our day. Women from Israel and from Russia sat together in the tent. From the lessons, we learned that the group and the 10 are very important tools. The questions were very complicated and the answers very powerful. And it let us climb up another level and become even closer together. I guess we had to come here in order to understand it. To unite and achieve unity. Thank you very much. Officer, thank you.
Please, I am staying silent. The process keeps going by itself.
ci hai messo dentro questa lavatrice.
היום הכנסת אותנו לתוך מכונת כביסה.
ci hai spremuto come dei limoni. ci hai spremuto.
הרגשנו שאנחנו נסחטים כמו לימון.
Non pensavo neanche che potessimo arrivare a dei discernimenti simili.
I never thought, we never thought that we can reach such deep scrutinies. Before that, he said that, Rav, today you put us in a washing machine. We felt like being squeezed like a lemon. At first, it was difficult to understand the questions, but you took us to the right frequency, question by question. And so the impression that we have now is that this Mount Sinai, we don't want to rise above it. We want to break it altogether. Thank you, Rav. And I also want to thank and present the friends that the Italian friends here is comprised of 66 friends, men and women.
Queste sensazioni insieme a voi. Grazie.
It's amazing to experience these things with you. Thank you so much. L'chaim. Hello, Rav, Yulia from Rostov-na-Don. But I'm Yulia from Rostov-on-Don, and I want to complain because I sat with the Lithuanian 10 and they broke my heart. From the previous lesson, I came fully prepared to stand by the door in order to come out of Egypt. That's how I felt. So then I decided I will sit closer to the stage, and I sat with the friends. I asked them if they speak Russian. They said yes. And then I realized that this was a Lithuanian group, and they started speaking Russian, especially for me in the workshop. And what I feel now is just my heart is exploding. Already in the second question, when you asked about how to add love,
была бесконечно впечатлена тем потоком, который проходит через меня, и какая великая группа.
In that second question, I was already in tears and told them how much I loved them, and my heart was just overflowing with emotions. And then another friend joined us, and she doesn't speak any Russian, so they started translating it to her, everything that I was saying. Then I realized how prepared we are to overcome all the difficulties and accept this challenge in order to connect. And we must take on ourselves the Torah. We just have to. Otherwise, my heart will explode. So my question is, what do we do?
Через товарищей направить к Творцу.
Through the friends to the Creator. That's what you need to do. Through the friends to the Creator.
Уважаемый Рав,
Рав Нехбад,
Dear Rav, dear great friends, today's lessons, this whole day, this enables us to feel unity and connection. Not just unity in our 10, but unity with all of you. It's a great privilege to turn to you and talk to you. And what unites us is a common emotion of bringing pleasure to the Creator, coming out of Egypt, uniting and giving this love. Thank you.
Wait till they signal us. Can't move so that you can see. Okay, start.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Rav. Thank you, World Kli. Thank you, everyone.
Shalom lekulam. Toda larav. Toda lekulam.
We are a group from the States,
אנחנו קבוצה מארצות הברית,
Israel and Canada,
ישראל וקנדה,
and England,
ואנגליה.
We came together today and we didn't know one another, but we received your message.
באנו ביחד היום, אנחנו לא הכרנו אחד את השנייה, אבל קיבלנו את המסר שלך.
And we learned that we are to be again like a mother with her kids and never stopping loving, keeping the love going all the time, the attention.
ולמדנו שאנחנו צריכים להיות כמו אימא עם הילדים, להוסיף כל הזמן אהבה.
And we learned that now is the time.
ולמדנו שעכשיו זה הזמן.
And the sky is the limit.
שהשמיים הם הגבול. וזהו.
Hello, dear friends.
שלום רב, שלום חברים יקרים.
This is a group made of Japanese, Indians, Israelis, Swedish, and of course Chinese.
זו קבוצה שמורכבת מיפנים, הודים, ישראלים, שוודים וכמובן סינים.
So we have people who has been in this path for more than 10 years.
אז יש לנו פה אנשים שנמצאים בדרך למעלה מ10 שנים.
And also somebody who just joined us for a couple of weeks.
ואחד שהצטרף לפני כשבועיים.
So we have no idea about what differences are.
אז אין לנו מושג כאילו מהם ההבדלים.
And also we have a great news that during the time of the workshop we saw a great friend coming back.
וגם יש לנו בשורות טובות שבזמן הסדנה ראינו פתאום חברים שהרבה זמן לא ראינו אותם ושפתאום חזרו.
So even though those workshop questions are confusing sometimes.
אז למרות שהשאלות האלה בסדנה הן לפעמים מבלבלות,
but we reached something that we agreed with.
אבל הגענו למשהו שהסכמנו עליו.
Each time we mention and remind each other that we are making a little bit of effort towards unity.
כל פעם הזכרנו אחד לשני שאנחנו עושים איזשהו מאמץ קטן לקראת חיבור.
לחיים, friends.
נברך את האור, נברך את החושך, נברך את הטוב, נברך את הרע. קודם באהבת, אהבת החברים, קודם באהבת, אהבת החברים, קודם באהבת, אהבת החברים, ואז מגיעה אהבת, אהבת אלוהים. היינו בגלות מאהבת המלך, על מנת לגלות אהבת חברים. הגיע הזמן לחזור למלכות בו אינסופי, לתת לו לבינו כאיש אחד. קודם באהבת, אהבת החברים, קודם באהבת, אהבת החברים, קודם באהבת, אהבת החברים, ואז מגיעה אהבת, אהבת אלוהים. ליי 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 es cuando no está, nuestro actitud controlará. Hey, hey, rise above and feel the love inside. Hey, hey, busca el fuego en brillo sky. Hey, hey, de corazones unidos acaba, oye forever free. Hey, hey, rise above and feel the love inside. Hey, hey, busca el fuego en brillo sky. Hey, hey, de corazones unidos acaba, oye forever free. Hey, hey, rise above and feel the love inside. Hey, hey, busca el fuego en brillo sky. Hey, hey, de corazones unidos acaba, oye forever free. Hey, hey.
Come on, come on, come on.
We have gathered to put back together that which was shattered. We come together under the guidance of the rod. We rise above this mirage, and we reach oneness, and we reach truth. Spitting as one soul in the spiritual food. We have no fear. All that we need is right here. Can't you feel that it's so near? The end of the fight, let's unite. Between us is the light. Together we have endless fight. It's in our soul. We will rise back to one whole. Love for the Lord is our goal. Yo!
Every day I got Shamari on me. Every day I got Shamari on me. Every day I got Shamari on me. On me. I got Shamari on me.
I'm feeling good when I'm feeling my friend. This is good on. It's on for my head. So that I gotta stay connected. I got Shamari on my backpack. I got it in my jacket. Sometimes I carry it in the back pocket of my beat-up jeans. Got Shamari on me. Now me. Even when I wake up, I read it before I go to sleep. Keep me on the baseline like a fish. Keep me on the beat. See the one I through the street. This is the illest, really shoot that I ever see. I got Shamari on me like I got my feet. Yeah. Everybody
Every day I got Shamari on me. On me. I got Shamari on me. Every day I got Shamari on me. On me. I got Shamari on me. So, go like this. Put your heart together with mine. 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 Go to your friends. Put your heart together with mine. Put your heart together with mine. Let's do that. Put your heart together with mine. Put your heart together with mine. Eu digo você diz food. 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 One more time I say you say food. 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 One more time I say you say food. 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 I say you say food. Mr. Roy, tell me you.
תרימו את היד באוויר למעלה, מצד לצד כולם אחד קונקשן סטייל. תרימו את היד באוויר למעלה, מצד לצד כולם אחד קונקשן סטייל. מסתכל על הלבבות החום עולה, אני אל העליון ומתגלה, ואהבת החברים הוא מתמלא. עולה עולה, עולה עולה, אני מסתכל על הלבבות החום עולה, אני אל העליון ומתגלה, ואהבת החברים הוא מתגלה. עולה עולה, עולה עולה. Every day, I got somebody on me, yo me. I got somebody on me. Every day, I got somebody on me, yo me. I got somebody on me.
Every day, I got somebody on me. That's when it comes to the cover, now for my hovering. Lost in a dream, all I see are my friends. We show it to the whole world with Dr. Lightman. What a blessing to be on this path. I'm burning all our bridges and we'll never turn it back, and that's a fact. Work with devotion, the friends' hearts are deeper than the ocean. And no member know that's the way it goes. Though we must deviate, that's all we know. And no member know that's the way it goes. Though we must deviate, that's all we know. And
Vlad from New York. What an unexpected turn of events. And
איזו התפתחות בלתי צפויה של אירועים.
that's really the story of the date so far.
וזה באמת הסיפור של היום עד עכשיו.
Any particular thought you may have at any moment.
לא משנה איזה מחשבה יש לכם ברגע מסוים.
You get just swept off your feet and you
סוחפים אתכם מהרגליים ו
you end up thinking something else.
ואתם חושבים משהו אחר בכל רגע נתון אחרי זה.
And the incredible friends,
והחברים המדהימים,
the sea, the very volatile ocean of
פשוט הים העשיר של החברים שמסביבכם.
It's absolutely powerful.
זה פשוט עוצמתי.
It's absolutely breathtaking.
זה פשוט עוצר נשימה.
We had a lesson that was very thought-provoking.
היה לנו שיעור ממש מעורר מחשבה.
Before we were able to even internalize it and
ולפני שהצלחנו להפנים אותו וככה לסגור אותו, להדק אותו,
Rav started another lesson.
אז רב התחיל שיעור נוסף, וזה...
Rav started another lesson and another thing to think about.
We're being asked to, friends, everyone please have a seat. Have a seat. Let's cool off.
We have amazing friends who are going to speak now.
Especially the ladies. Because most of the men are seated so far. This Congress is absolutely amazing.
הכנס הזה הוא פשוט מדהים.
Because it is so unpredictable.
כי הוא כל כך בלתי צפוי.
It moves faster than
מהר
the
יותר.
thought is able to process it.
המחשבה
It moves faster than the thought can digest. The only way to grab the moment is to grab onto the friends and penetrate their hearts and feel them.
And all the scrutinies that happen, they happen much faster than you can even process. Because before you know it, the friends are already doing it for you. The most important thing is to just open your heart. Let your dear brothers and sisters in. And really unite as one. L'chaim, dear friends.
Friends, we want to continue this very special day, this very special connection, so everyone is part of what's going on here. The inclination in the heart, the focus of each and every one will allow us to take this day, have 3 lessons, and just really realize them between us. Now we have an opportunity to create a real fruit out of everything we received from Rav today. So let's be together with the friends, with a common effort, and make this Yeshivat Chaverim a real prayer. Hello everyone, all the friends who are at the Congress and in the World Kli. I want to tell you about my experience of Kabbalah here. It was born with a clip that I watched when Rav spoke about the awakening of a sixth sense. I didn't understand what it meant. What is a sixth sense? I couldn't get what it meant. But bit by bit, along with learning Kabbalah and the help of friends, I realized what this sense is, because a new organ was created in me, an organ that is called the heart. but not the flesh and blood heart, but a heart that you feel in your gut. It's something that allows you to feel the friends. It's a heart that moves us. It's a heart that helps us connect with the friends. I am grateful to all the friends who made it possible for me to develop this heart. And I feel one with everyone. Let's awaken this heart, because this is the part that allows us to connect, to feel, to unite and be one. Thank you very much. With more than 50 friends from Italy, many friends from Italy also stayed back, and we're thinking about them as well. We all wanted to give you a little present, to give a little present to the friends in Italy, to the friends who are here physically, and we prepared a little surprise. Some skit, something we want to sing to you guys. Thank you.
Si è chiesto la ragione che esisto, non c'è vita senza luce, è un bisogno che conduce da una supplica nel cuore a scoprire il vero amore che ti porta all'unione con gli amici, è una missione, conseguire la libertà, 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 con gli amici, solo digni, con gli amici, fare la digestione, con la luce e meditazione, con gli amici, solo digni, con gli amici, para cambiare la digestione, con la luce. Questo argomento quale peso da una vita di ricezione senza scopo e depressione. Al mattino vuoi cambiare, quegli amici vuoi studiare, solo insieme arriveremo, la correzione raggiungeremo. Con gli amici creator, con gli amici creator, connettersi creator, connettersi co-creator, co-creator, connettersi creator, connetterci creator, connetterci co-creator, con gli amici, sono vieni con gli amici, fai dare la digestione, con la luce e l'iniziazione, con gli amici, solo vieni con gli amici, per cambiare la direzione, con la luce di iniziazione.
All right, so good evening to all the greatest men and women of the generation here. My name is Hanoch, I'm from Petach Tikva. This lesson was as one man and one heart. And I want to share with you a little and get your help with regards to what's happening in my heart, with regards to all of this. Because I'm here surrounded by people, men and women, who made huge efforts. And they set an example for everything, in everything they do. Wherever you look, you're seeing pillars of bestowal and love and example and devotion and realization of the words of the Kabbalists in practice. You see people who open their heart and want so much and try so much. And you look at your own heart, which is small and dark and broken, and you're really, really ashamed. And I want you to help me change this heart, which really did his part and can really die peacefully. And change that with your beating, warm heart. Help me tear these wrappers and pierce a hole through this stony heart. Help me be worthy of friends like you. Thank you.
Merhaba sevgili dostlar. Ben Murat, Türkiye'den.
Shalom, haverim achovim.
Hello, dear friends. I'm Murat from Turkey. This is my first time in Israel, and it's my first convention.
Dün burada yaşayan arkadaşlardan öğrendim ki Murat isminin
Yesterday, someone said here that my lesson is my name is Murat. It's the same name as Mordechai in Hebrew, Mordecai. So I thought, well, this is better than being Haman.
Burada o kadar büyük bir güç, o kadar büyük bir arzu yarattınız ki sevgili dostlar.
Here we have such a strong desire, so much power here.
Benim kapımı da çaldı.
And this light came to Turkey and is knocking on our door, in our hearts. I bought my plane ticket 185 days ago. And I was counting each and every day.
Birbirine bağladık sevgili dostlar.
And today we've connected all of our desires together. L'chaim.
דרך אהבת אחים נעלה אליו למרומים נפתח את הלבבות לכל הנשמות נעלה אליו למרומים נפתח את הלבבות לכל הנשמות ונצא מן החושך אל האור, את האגו במדבר נקבור, ונביא לעולם את האור, את האגו במדבר נקבור, ונצא מן החושך אל האור, את האגו במדבר נקבור, ונביא לעולם את האור. שלהבת, שלהבת, שלהבת במדבר, ביחד נצעד אל המחר. שלהבת, שלהבת, שלהבת במדבר, ביחד נצעד אל המחר. דרך אהבת אחים נעלה אליו למרומים, נפתח את הלבבות לכל הנשמות. דרך אהבת אחיך נעלה אליו למרומים, נפתח את הלבבות לכל הנשמות. את האגו במדבר נקבור, ונצא מן החושך אל האור, את האגו במדבר נקבור, ונביא לעולם את האור, את האגו במדבר נקבור, ונצא מן החושך אל האור, את האגו במדבר נקבור, ונביא לעולם את האור. שלהבת, שלהבת, שלהבת במדבר, ביחד נצעד אל המחר. שלהבת, שלהבת, שלהבת במדבר, ביחד נצעד אל המחר. שלהבת, שלהבת, שלהבת במדבר, ביחד נצעד אל המחר. שלהבת, שלהבת, שלהבת במדבר, ביחד נצעד אל המחר.
Hi friends.
שלום חברים.
Wow, what a day we had.
וואו, איזה יום היה לנו.
What can you say after all the great friends, the great giants?
מה אפשר לומר אחרי החברים הגדולים, אחרי הענקים הגדולים שכבר דיברו?
I am Tuso from South Africa.
אני טוסו מדרום אפריקה.
It's great to be here again.
נהדר להיות כאן שוב.
My congress started about 12 months ago.
הכנס שלי התחיל לפני בערך 12 חודשים.
I was leaving the elevator after the congress we had in February last year.
הייתי בדרך לצאת מהמעלית אחרי הכנס בפברואר בשנה שעברה.
And I met Rav while I was going out. He was going in the elevator.
ופגשתי את רב כשיצאתי מהמעלית.
So he smiled to me, gave me a hug and said, "Come back."
אז הוא חייך אליי, חיבק אותי ואמר לי תחזור.
So you know, for me it was straight. I had a direction. Exactly, I got a direct.
אני קיבלתי פקודה ישירה, ממש כיוון ישר.
From that moment when I left here, I started saving.
מאותו רגע שעזבתי את הארץ, התחלתי לחסוך כסף להגיע לפה עכשיו.
And I'm here.
והנה אני כאן.
Well, of course, I was not only saving entirely because Rav said I must be here.
כמובן שלא חסכתי רק בגלל שרב אמר שאני חייב להיות כאן.
I just couldn't stay away from the greatest friends of this generation.
פשוט לא יכולתי להיות במרחק מגדולי הדור.
I just couldn't stay away from the Akokas look.
פשוט לא יכולתי להיות רחוק מהמבט של הקוקה.
There is a look, there is the look.
הנה המבט שאני מדבר עליו.
There is a look that he
יש מבט שהוא נותן לך.
Like a little child looking at
כמו ילד קטן
about to receive something
שעומד לקבל משהו מאוד גדול וטוב מההורים שלו.
Yeah, it's great.
זה נהדר.
You know, when I was before coming to Kabbalah,
אתם יודעים, לפני שבאתי ללמוד חוכמת הקבלה,
while I was searching about
כשחיפשתי על משמעות החיים,
I used to wonder how God looks like.
תהיתי לעצמי, איך נראה אלוהים?
How the Creator looks like.
איך הבורא נראה?
You know, does it have eyes?
האם יש לו עיניים, אוזניים, האם יש לו פה?
And coming to Kabbalah,
וכשבאתי לקבלה,
I never had to wonder anymore.
כבר אין לי על מה לחשוב.
Because I don't only see how he looks like.
כי אני לא רק רואה איך הוא נראה.
But I'm right within his heart.
אלא אני נמצא ממש בתוך ליבו.
I don't need to look at the skies or the mountains or
אני לא צריך להסתכל לשמיים או להרים או לכל כיוון אחר.
I even feel his heartbeat.
אני אפילו מרגיש את פעימות ליבו.
All I need to do
כל מה שאני צריך לעשות
is look to my left
זה להסתכל לשמאלי ולימיני.
To look everywhere.
להסתכל לכל הכיוונים.
I am right at the center of the heart of the Creator.
במרכז ליבו של הבורא.
And I hear his heartbeat.
ואני שומע את פעימות ליבו בכל רגע.
When I look at those great smiles.
כשאני מסתכל בחיוכים הגדולים האלה.
When I listen to the great friends speak.
כשאני מקשיב לחברים הגדולים מדברים.
For everything they say goes straight to the heart.
כי כל מה שהם אומרים חודר ישר אל תוך הלב.
Even if you are made of stone.
אפילו אם אתה עשוי מאבן זה עדיין יחדור אליך.
So I just have only one request.
אז יש לי רק בקשה אחת.
You know, when you miss someone,
אתם יודעים כשאתה מתגעגע למישהו,
you know that feeling.
אתם מכירים את ההרגשה הזו.
And the feeling when you reach puberty and you have your first crush.
וההרגשה הראשונה שאתה מגיע לגיל בגרות ויש לך את האהבה הראשונה שלך.
Yeah, that feeling.
כן, ההרגשה הזו.
Add the two feelings.
תוסיפו את שתי התחושות האלה יחד.
And multiplied by a billion times.
ותכפילו את זה פי מיליארד.
I mean, you will not eat.
אתם לא תאכלו.
You will not sleep.
לא תשנו.
You will not do anything.
לא תעשו שום דבר.
You will only be thinking about that.
אתם תחשבו רק על זה.
To pray for the friends.
ועכשיו אני רוצה שתתפללו על החברים באותה אינטנסיביות.
With the same intensity like
באותה אינטנסיביות פי מיליארד.
Don't sleep tonight.
אל תשנו הלילה.
Don't eat anything.
אל תאכלו שום דבר.
Don't do anything.
אל תעשו שום דבר.
Just pray for the
רק
friends.
תתפללו על החברים.
You know, with every fiber in your being.
עם כל גיד ונים בתוככם.
Bring that one heart that we see behind there to life.
תביאו את הלב הזה, תחזירו, תפיחו בו חיים.
With our prayers,
עם התפילות שלנו,
our intentions,
עם הכוונות שלנו,
can do it.
אנחנו יכולים לעשות את זה.
I see one heart right here.
אני רואה לב אחד ממש כאן.
לחיים.
שלום, אני עמית מקבוצת רחובות.
Hello, I'm Amit from the Rehovot group. Actually, I'm here only because I wanted to remind you about Love of Friends. I had an opportunity to be here 2 days ago on Sunday when the place was still empty. And it was physically empty, but there was already a lot of warmth and people who left their job or finished a long day at their job and then did what they could to come here and lift this place and make it the most wonderful place in the world. And as I'm on the path, I feel always like I'm just getting and I'm not giving back anything. And I decided to do something small just to feel that I'm giving something back. So I walked around with a camera. I took a few shots in the week before the convention. Because most of my life, I just did things without any passion. I just walked around in this world, and everything I wanted was just to sleep, really. Nothing really excited me. And this path just woke me up, just put me back in life. And it doesn't matter what happens, I can never pay back everything that I'm getting. My motto in life was that it's very easy to destroy. And I remember when my wife was pregnant, I saw the baby in the monitor, and I looked at the hands and the legs, and I was just anxious to think about how difficult it is to create and how easy it is to destroy. And today at noon, I don't know, in some moment, suddenly the whole hall here united together and wrote that common prayer. And that thing on the wall there is the most beautiful thing in the world. I didn't believe it happened, and it happened so quickly, so fast, in a second. And I just understood in that moment that there's a situation where it's really easy to build, not just to destroy. And this is possible only with the people that are here and the truth that we are in. And I wish we can give that to the whole world. And I'd like to dedicate this short video clip to the guys who gave themselves and just show these few seconds that happened before the convention. So thanks to friends here with filming and editing, I put together this short video clip, and I would really love that everyone in the hall will just put your hands and embrace your friends and keep the intention towards love of friends, and sing with the clip at heart or with your mouth. And let's not forget what we're doing here. I love you all, and never stop. L'chaim.
לכם על אהבת חברים, אשר בזה תלוי זכות הקיום שלנו. זכור אזכיר לכם על אהבת חברים, בזה תלוי זכות הקיום שלנו. אז תיתנו לב, לחשוב מחשבות, לקשר לבכם בלב אחד ממש. אז תיתנו לב, להמציא המצאות, לקשר לבכם בלב אחד ממש. עסקים מדומים, ותנו לבכם אל תוך אהבתנו. אז תיתנו לב, לחשוב מחשבות, לקשר לבכם בלב אחד ממש. אז תיתנו לב, להמציא המצאות, לקשר לבכם בלב אחד ממש. אז תיתנו לחשוב מחשבות, לקשר לבכם בלב אחד ממש. אז תיתנו לב, להמציא המצאות, לקשר לבכם בלב אחד ממש.
Konnichiwa, minasan.
Shalom lekulam.
Hello, everyone.
素晴らしいコングレスを用意してくれてありがとうございます。
It is truly an amazing Congress. Thank you for preparing it.
僕ちょっと名前言うの忘れたんですけど、私の名前は靖国です。
I forgot to say my name. I'm Yasukuni from Japan.
僕は何回もコングレスに来たことあるんですけど、今回のコングレスは5年ぶりになります。
I was at a convention several times. This is my fifth time here.
本当にこの5年間の間
Over these 5 times,
ことが障害とも言えるかもしれない。
there have been so many obstacles along the way. And I feel that the Creator really loves me.
この5年間の間に
I think this is something very special that happened during these 5 times.
育てる、ケアするってことをすごく学ばせてもらって。
I learned how to love a child, how to tend to him.
その母親の子供の
Like Rav always says about the love of the mother for her child, to love and to be loved, to feel this feeling toward the friends, to really love them. And now I see and I feel this on my flesh, and I'm grateful for it. And this convention, everyone is making such huge efforts to connect. And the light spreads throughout the world. I really feel it. And the proof of this, a few months ago, there was a friend who left our group. And today he suddenly showed up and joined the workshop. And this is thanks to everyone's efforts. This is how such a thing can happen. I love you all so much. I feel so much gratitude to you. Thank you so much.
אני זוכר בדרך
собачьи пески остановят караван во мгле. Ты воды последние глотки принесешь ко мне. Не предашь, когда оставят все. Заслонишь меня собою от беды. Мне не страшен стыд мой успех, когда рядом ты.
Меня зовут Илья, я из Красноярска.
קוראים לי איליה ואני מקרסנויארסק בסיביר.
My name is Ilya and I'm from Krasnoyarsk, Siberia. Our hearts is what gives us life. The corporeal world is limited. Even this day, this meeting. But the friends' hearts are infinite. The Creator lies there.
Никогда Израиль не был так велик.
And
Israel was never so big. It's only that way when it's together.
Так сказать, так почувствовать себя, как в конце дня.
And I really felt that in the morning I couldn't feel or speak the way I do right now at the end of the day. Because we are one whole and we raise each other. L'chaim.
Dear friends,
חברים יקרים,
I'm very excited to be here.
אני מאוד מאוד מתרגש להיות כאן.
And I just want to speak from my heart.
ואני רק רוצה לדבר מהלב.
What a night.
איזה ערב.
What an eruption of emotions.
התפרצות של רגשות.
Points in the heart.
נקודות שבלב.
Who have just come here to unite.
שהגיעו לכאן כדי להתאחד.
When I saw Yazukuni crying, I couldn't hold my tears.
בוכה, אז לא יכלתי להחזיק את הדמעות.
This is a huge friend.
זה חבר ענק.
One person's feeding the whole Japan.
זה אדם אחד שמאכיל את כל יפן.
Pipeline serving the whole Japan.
הצינור שמביא אור לכל יפן.
He translates lessons every day.
הוא מתרגם שיעורים יום יום.
He never sleeps.
הוא לא ישן לעולם.
And you could feel the heart of this friend.
ואפשר להרגיש את הלב של החבר הזה.
I just want to talk about the importance of the society.
אני רק רוצה לדבר על חשיבות החברה, על גדלות החברה.
There's no society in the world that talks about
אין שום חברה אחרת בעולם שמדברת על הקו האמצעי.
There's no society that's
There's no other society in the world. It's just an example of the golden path, the middle line. All other methods will tell you avoid the left line. But Bnei Baruch will teach you
such an important society.
חברה כל כך יקרה.
Where would all of us be without Bnei Baruch?
איפה היינו בלי בני ברוך?
Where would the world be without Bnei Baruch?
איפה העולם היה בלי בני ברוך?
Has anyone thought if Bnei Baruch didn't exist?
מישהו חשב, אם בני ברוך לא היו קיימים, איפה העולם היה?
We have such a great Rav.
יש לנו רב כזה ענק.
A Rav who has an open arm policy.
רב שיש לו זרועות פתוחות.
to the full spectrum of humanity. If you desire to climb up straight to the Creator, there is no other teacher in the world who answered so many questions of any kind, from all the people, all the places in the world. There is no teacher who is willing to go to any corner in the world to have conventions. There is no teacher who transcends above his health and flies 22 hours to Brazil, to Chicago, Los Angeles. This is the greatest teacher in the world.
This society is the greatest society.
The friends here are the greatest in the world. Our Kabbalistic sources are the greatest in the world. Everything we have is the greatest in the world. And every breath, every morning, this is the fountain that feeds the whole world. Friends who are willing to draw the light 24/7. I have a dream that one day we'll all be able to read the zzsolt together. I have a dream that one day we'll all have one prayer, that the Creator will strengthen us so we can pass on the light. Friends, I would like to ask you, let's read the Zohar together. Let's read from the Zohar something together.
Can you put it on the screen?
It's translated. Can we watch it on the screens, friends? Please. Make my dream come true. I want us to read from the Zohar together. And you, the friends who are here, as you were in fondness and love before, henceforth you will not part until the Creator rejoices with you and will call peace upon you And thanks to you, there will be peace in the world. As it is written, for the sake of my brothers and friends, I will say, let there be peace unto you.
של אהבה, בין אילת לערבה, ברור שאין עוד מלבדו, בליסבון ובורדו, ושהוא טוב וגם ביתי, בניו יורק ותל אביב. Around the world, the ray of light is calling people to unite, igniting all the points inside. Endless love will be our guide, above the place and beyond time. A new humanity will shine, above the place and beyond time. A new humanity will shine. Разделение едино от Москвы до Сахалина, от Чикаго до Читы, от Литвы до Алматы, от Сиднея до Берлина, от Парижа до Пекина. Around the world, a ray of light is calling people to unite, igniting all the points inside. Endless love will be our guide, above the place and beyond time. A new humanity will shine, above the place and beyond time. A new humanity will shine. Miren lo que sucedió en Japón y Kazajstán, se abren los cielos también en Moscú y Jerusalén. Más ciudades y naciones, más hermanos y millones, grandes olas de amor, solo un grito, un corazón. Around the world, a ray of light is calling people to unite, igniting all the points inside. Endless love will be our guide, above the place of your time. A new humanity will shine. קורא אני בקול, תפילת הלב ולמרום, עד ינוסו הצללים מבין המחירים, עם שחר הקצה החלום. את החי מבקש אני הם חיי, הם נשמתי, בלעדיהם אני לא קיים. את החי מבקש אני הם חיי, הם נשמתי, בלעדיהם אני לא קיים. עמוק בתוך הלב, את החי סוחב, ובתוכי בוער כלהבה. אל תרדו המקום, אבל רוחות טובות, יובילו אל ים האהבה. את החי מבקש אני הם חיי, הם נשמתי, בלעדיהם אני לא קיים. את החי מבקש אני הם חיי, הם נשמתי, בלעדיהם אני לא קיים. אגיד אנא לי איפה הם רואים, אגיד אנא לי איפה הם רואים, את החי אני מבקש. אגיד אנא לי איפה הם רואים, אגיד אנא לי איפה הם רואים, את החי אני מבקש. את החי מבקש אני הם חיי, הם נשמתי, בלעדיהם אני לא קיים. את החי מבקש אני הם חיי, הם נשמתי, בלעדיהם אני לא קיים. את החי מבקש אני הם חיי, הם נשמתי, בלעדיהם שהיא קיימת היא נצחית ומחבקת את כולם. אהבה היא אהבה, מהשחרור והשמחה. אהבה היא נתינה, היא מגיעה מהנשמה, מהנשמה. Любовь не может быть твоя, любовь не может быть моя, где есть свобода от себя, и для тебя, и для меня, и не подвластна временам. Она царит над всей землей, она все благодарит нам, соединяя между собой. Любовь, любовь, она одна, она к свободе и отделует, она ведет тебя туда, где солнце выйдет из саду. אהבה היא אהבה, היא השחרור מעצמך. אהבה היא נתינה, היא מגיעה מהנשמה. לה 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 יאללה 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 אחים להתחבר, תנו לי תנו לי תנו לי בכפיים. יאללה 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 אחים להתחבר, שמחה גדולה תהיה עד השמיים. יאללה 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 אחים להתעורר, תנו לי תנו לי תנו לי בכפיים. יאללה 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 אחים להתחבר, שמחה גדולה תהיה עד השמיים. טוב עליו יותר בטוב, טובים השניים מן האחד, כמו ביחד מתמקדים בהרמוניה, איך ביחד יוצאים סימפוניה. כמו אביב שמתמזג עם הקיץ, כמו ענן שחוזר אל הבית, כמו מפה שנמשך אל האור, כל אחד לשני יעזור. יאללה 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 אחים להתעורר, תנו לי תנו לי תנו לי בכפיים. יאללה 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 אחים להתעורר, שמחה גדולה תהיה עד השמיים. יאללה 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 אחים להתעורר, תנו לי תנו לי תנו לי בכפיים. יאללה 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 אחים להתחבר, שמחה גדולה תהיה עד השמיים.
Fuerza la paloma sentido, a sus pichones quiere alimentar. El mar y el horizonte se han fundido, y así yo con mi hermano me de allá. Yala, yala, hermanos, despierten de una vez. Venga, venga, vengan los aplausos. Yala, yala, hermanos, unidos de una vez, nuestra alegría el cielo alcanzará. Yala, yala, hermanos, unidos de una vez. Venga, venga, vengan los aplausos. Yala, yala, hermanos, unidos de una vez, nuestra alegría el cielo alcanzará.
יאללה 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 אחים להתעורר,
What a Congress! What a Congress! Wow. Okay, friends, pay attention and put your headsets on. Tomorrow at 8, we get together 9 o'clock, Yeshivat Chaverim. 9 o'clock, Yeshivat Chaverim. 9:30, the lesson. The place for keeping your luggage is closing in 30 minutes, so take your stuff from there. Buses for the World Kli to Petach Tikva are leaving now. So friends of the World Kli, go there now. The bookstore is open, and also the souvenirs, so you can get what you want from there now. We need 50 more men and 20 more women to finish up here. The Radio Zohar will accompany you along the way until 11 p.m. We'll be with you live, and we'll be with you also tomorrow morning. So you're invited to listen through the app or through the channel After Party in Radio Zohar. So 50 men and 20 women are needed now for help. So the buses of the World Kli are leaving now, so please go. L'chaim Bnei Baruch.